Find out which new team breaks into the top 10 of the rankings. There were many injuries. Are any of the players on your team? And which quarterbacks are they? WNBA Rookie of the Year and college football upsets. I will start off with the most recent injury on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did lose Kalijah Cansey, who tore a pectoral muscle and is out for the season. Of course, this information, some of this stuff I get from NFL.com, ESPN.com, and StatsProFootballReference.com or ProBasketballReference.com or WNBAReference.com. And the Bucs defense is strong, and can the next man step up for them on that defensive front? On Monday night against the Texans, they did come back to win. So, it's kind of interesting. They were playing the Texans, who are 0-1, now 0-2. It's close. Maybe the Texans should have won. Maybe the game should have gone overtime. If the Texans would have converted their 2-point conversion, it would have been a tie game, and it went to overtime. Which makes sense why they went for 2, because maybe they knew the Bucs were going to score, and they would have tied it up. But since they didn't convert on the 2, the Buccaneers ended up winning the game. Moving to the NFC North, we have a quarterback injury. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy has a high ankle sprain and is unlikely to play against the Bengals, according to NFL.com. Also, later in the episode, talk about Bengals and what injuries they are, as they also do have a quarterback injury. The good news for the Vikings, they do have a backup quarterback in Carson Wentz. If he can stay protected with offensive linemen, also on the depth chart for offensive linemen, though, some on ESPN depth chart, some are questionable. So we'll see if they can somehow protect him with the linemen they have. He should do well. We already know what he can do. And another team with an injury at quarterback, also in the NFC, are the Commanders. The Redskins lost to Green Bay on Thursday night, which I did not see coming. The Packers, after 2 weeks, are surprising me with how good they are doing. And I forgot to put this in the episode, so I'll probably just comment a little bit. It's almost like the Colts. How are the Colts doing good with their game-winning field goal against the Broncos? And the Packers, probably, to me, the two surprise teams in the positive direction. Maybe I'll talk a little more about that later. The Packers play the Browns this week, and they should win. Now back to the injury at the quarterback with the Redskins. Jaden Daniels has a knee sprain, and it isn't a long-term issue, according to NFL.com. If he doesn't play this week, the Redskins will need to play a complete game, but they are playing another team hungry for a win in the Las Vegas Raiders. Jaden Daniels is a dual-threat quarterback, but he is one of the dual-threat... Oh, yeah, he's one of the dual-threat quarterbacks. But he is one of them, or is one. As what I mean by that is he can take a stand, or he can stand in the pocket and take a hit, and complete the throw down the field. Also, he can make plays when he needs to with his legs. And against Green Bay, there wasn't much of that. Now that the injury report is out, that could possibly be why he wasn't making plays with his legs. Speaking of teams doing well, here are this week's top 10 rankings. I'll post the full rankings of all 32 teams on the Corporate Report Facebook page and do my best to post on all social media pages, as there were some movement at the bottom or even the middle. For the most part, at the bottom, it's the same teams, just in different spots because of how close the games are or were. We'll start at number 10. This team went down 5 spots after they did have the lead at halftime and ended up losing by 2 scores. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers. At number 9, this team moved 7 spots up from 16. And they are the new team in the top 10. It's the Seattle Seahawks, as they're the team that came back and beat the number 10 team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. At number 8, this team moved down 5. It's the Redskins. And I have them still in the top 10 just because of their defense. I still think it's pretty strong. At number 7, moving up to, even though they won in a close game, it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At number 6, moving up 4, in a Super Bowl rematch, and the defending Super Bowl champions are the Philadelphia Eagles. Moving up 5, I believe this team is a new team in the top 5. I'd have to go back and double check, so I could be wrong. But I believe this team moved up. Yeah, they're a new team in the top 5, moved up. 3, it's the Green Bay Packers. Moving up 2, and number 4 are the LA Chargers after defeating the Las Vegas Raiders. At number 3, now we're in the top 3, moving up 1, the Baltimore Ravens. And they get to play this week the Detroit Lions, who showed they still got it in a rout of the Bears, scoring 52 points. At number 2, we had the Buffalo Bills, who stayed in the same spot. And at number 1, have the Rams staying in the same spot. Also, now, the top plays I saw. So there's about 4 of them I saw from the games I watched. One of them was in the Chiefs-Eagles game. Or actually, it's 2 of them. One of the ones I saw was Travis Kelce. The catch he caught, it looked like a one-handed, basically made a play, catching the football that looked like it was going to hit the ground, and caught it above the ground for a good game. Another one similar to that was in the Monday night game with the Raiders versus the Chargers, and the losing player on the losing team made a catch similar to Kelce's. Brock Bowers caught it with his fingertips, adjusted his hands up, like by bringing his fingers and hands up from the bottom of the ball to the top. It's kind of hard to visualize that. And grabbed the ball and caught it. Also, going back to the Chiefs-Eagles, A.J. Brown had a catch, which I don't think should have been a catch. It should have been an interception or an incomplete pass. But somehow he caught it. And it ended up landing in his hands. Just don't know how. Another one was in the Giants Cowboys, where in the fourth quarter the Giants took the lead. It was a long play from Russell Wilson to Malik Neighbors for the score. Pretty nice. Now moving back to injuries, this team also lost their quarterback and one of their best players. The Cincinnati Bengals lose Joe Burrow as he suffers a turf toe injury, according to NFL.com, and he's expected to be out 3 months. He's decided to undergo surgery. With Burrow, the Bengals are really good offensively and can put up points. Their defense, I think I've said, is good or can be good. Without Burrow, I feel their season is done now. To me, the AFC in football, it's like the Western Conference in the NBA. It's just difficult and tough. Backup quarterback Jake Browning can hold down the fort. He has proven this before. He knows the system and the players, and he has been in a spot like this, as mentioned. And I think I was going to have the Bengals and Redskins in the Super Bowl, but now it doesn't look like the first team will make it. Hey, who knows? Nick Foles did help the Eagles win a Super Bowl, so it's possible. I just don't see it. The Bengals did hold on to win against the Jaguars without Burrow. And this coming week, we have the Bengals versus Vikings, which could be most likely the battle of the backups. And according to Adam Schefter of ESPN, McCarthy is out 2 to 4 weeks. These teams have 2 good defenses, 2 good offenses. Browning knows the offense, as I mentioned. We already know what Carson Wentz can do. If Jones, the running back, is out, I'd still pick the Vikings, I think, because Jordan Mason, number 2 running back, has been getting yards. And while typing this, Adam Schefter of ESPN has shared running back of the Vikings, Aaron Jones, has been placed on injured reserve because of a hamstring injury and is out at least 4 weeks. So this game is going to be interesting now, and I might stick with the Vikings, but after looking at the depth charts from the ESPN, The Vikings have more players questionable or out, while the Bengals defense is fine. I might switch to the Bengals. You'll have to wait to find out who I decide to pick. Sticking with quarterbacks, and this is not an injury. This is actually good news. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers may have lost to the Seattle Seahawks, but Rodgers made history in the loss. He tied Brett Favre for fourth all-time with 508 touchdown passes. What is crazy to me is I saw the Steelers had the lead at halftime and ended up losing by 2 touchdowns. They were without a few defensive players. Speaking of offensive players, Cowboys offensive lineman Tyler Smith did sign an extension before the Sunday Week 2 game against the Giants. It was for $96 million in 4 years with Dallas. This was according to NFL.com. This is good for the Cowboys as they keep one of their guys in the trenches longer to help Dak do what he does, like when they won in overtime against New York. But that wasn't the only Cowboys news this week. Dallas also lost one of their offensive linemen. I would say a pretty critical piece in Cooper Beebe, who was their center for a few weeks. He has a high ankle sprain. The offensive linemen are one aspect of the Cowboys game that is their strength. How will this fare in weeks to come with a defense without their true leader in Parsons now in Green Bay? Now they need to work on defense. They did recently sign someone, although they should have kept Parsons and this person. They signed, guess who it is? Jadeveon Clowney. And I probably screwed that name up. No, I know how to say his name. If you're familiar with him, you'll know what he's known for of his big hit when playing college football at the University of South Carolina. He's been in the league for 11 years. During his career, he's had 272 solo tackles, 137 assisted, 108 tackles for loss, 139 quarterback hits, 58 sacks, and 9 fumble recoveries. He's also been to the Pro Bowl 3 times from 2016 to 2018. The Cowboys did get Kenyon Clark, who was a defensive lineman when they traded Parsons, and tackle who can disrupt the inside gaps. Now they replaced the pass rusher with another one, Parsons and Clowney. I would think people will say the question is, he's been in the league for 11 years. Does he still have it? Either way, the Cowboys got a pass rusher back, and that's what they need, and his deal is $3.5 million for 1 year. Also, in Week 2, the Cowboys-Giants game was one of the highest scoring games by both teams. Giants quarterback Russell Wilson nearly threw for 500 yards in a losing effort. His numbers, he was 30 of 41 for 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. While Dak, in a winning effort, threw for 1 less touchdown, 1 interception, completing 38 passes out of 52 attempts. Of course, the difference maker was the Cowboys kicker, Brandon Aubrey, who sent the game to overtime from a long field goal and then won the game in overtime. I think I'd have to say Brandon Aubrey is one of the best kickers in the league, meaning he can kick from distance and has shown he can do that the last few years. On to college football, there were a few upsets, 5 of them. Start with unranked Georgia Tech upset number 12 Clemson with a game-winning field goal. Number 6 Georgia beat number 15 Tennessee in a close one. Number 5 Miami beat number 18 South Florida. Number 16 Texas A&M knocks off number 8 Notre Dame in another close one. Unranked Vanderbilt beat number 11 ranked South Carolina. With these upsets, there was movement in the rankings for college football. These rankings for college football are not mine. They're from ncaa.com. If you want to check them out. The University of Georgia came back to beat Tennessee, moving up from 6 to 5. Miami moved up 1 from 5 to 4 after beating a ranked 18th South Florida team and putting up points. Number 8 Notre Dame lost to number 15 Texas A&M, falling to 24, which I don't know why they kept them in the rankings. I think they should be out since they haven't won a game, and they should rank Clemson. Texas A&M moved up 6 spots to 10, making the top 10. And then you'll find out what I found out also. Unranked Vanderbilt defeated 11th ranked South Carolina, knocking them out of the rankings and placing Vanderbilt at 20. And the other unranked team they added to the rankings and in the last spot at 25 is USC. Looking at the scores, I think they left Notre Dame ranked because it was a close game and they lost by 1. On to another sport that's in playoffs right now. That is the WNBA. In the first games of the WNBA playoffs, only 2 teams scored 100 plus points, 101 and 102, the Lynx and Aces. From this, I would say, by the numbers, these teams could face each other in the finals. In the Aces game, one against the Seattle Storm, Las Vegas kept making 3-pointers. Sunday night, they made 14 threes and attempted 29. And they had 23 assists and 10 steals, according to ESPN.com. Center Asia Wilson had 29 points and 8 rebounds. This team just from this game was dominant. Lastly, other news than WNBA. Rookie Paige Beckers named Rookie of the Year. She wins Rookie of the Year. In her rookie season, she averaged 7.2 field goals, attempting an average of 15.1 for a field goal percentage of .477. She averaged 19.2 points and 5.4 assists. She is on the Dallas Wings, who only won 10 games and were the worst team in the league this season. Can they step up next season? Paige can score and get assists and make plays. I'd say if I'm the coach or Paige, let her get more rebounds and shoot 3-pointers, and she can be a triple-double threat. According to WNBA.com, she led rookies with 692 points. This is just one of the many feats or records she accomplished. See what I did there? One, because she won Rookie of the Year. Play on words. Thanks for listening to the Corbin Report. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify. Follow on the Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to hear anything else, comment, message, spread the word. Thanks for listening. Also, let's see what happens this week in the NFL.